Hola and greetings. This is Catherine Grace with Catherine Grace Reports. This is the launch of my channel, my first recording. I decided to pre-record. My first program that I'm going to put out is going to be my testimony of childhood sexual abuse, and I'll get through that as much as I can. The photographs are of my family. The older gentleman is my grandpa, one of the great loves of my life, a man before his time. There are other photographs of my family, my father. There's my father and us kids at Christmas time. There we are, my brother with his BB gun. And my little brother there. That's my little brother with the curly hair. There I am. That, and me again. These pictures are prior to abuse. Unless I'm an adult. There are a couple of my adult pictures in here, so obviously, but there's my mama. So beautiful. That's me. Wore that t-shirt, Minnie Mouse to death. And I drew this, and it's meant to be crude. It's ripped, and that's me as a baby. It's a really bad repo, sorry. My daddy, my grandmother. My father spent the last 10 years of his life in a wheelchair. She can't stop this child sexual abuse, but you can. My uncle, you'll hear about my uncle at some point along the way. Very important person. That's me. Yep. My daddy, my grandma, my sister, and I up in the corner. Me and my siblings. That face, I got in trouble from my grandpa. You can look at my grandpa's face too. There I am as a young mother to my son Michael. My mother, look at that. Look at that. My mother really was a model at one time. Me and my older daughter having tea. Must be shortly before Christmas. My grandpa. There's my grandpa. Benjamin Franklin Ellifritz. There we are. Christmas time. My brother, me as a baby. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get started. When I was young, between the ages of 4 and 5, my mother and father separated. My father worked in the oil field. He went to work as someone under an assumed name, so he would not have to pay child support and could not be located. So obviously that left my mother in one heck of a fix. And this was in the early 60s, so you know how rough of a situation that was, especially someone with 4 little kids. So my mother went to work as a waitress. She worked lunch and she worked dinner. She worked split shifts, worked her ass off, and sent my older brother, myself, my younger sister, who's 2 years younger than me, and my younger brother is 4 years younger than me, to the babysitter. And the babysitter had a husband, and he was the grossest, smelliest, nastiest looking old man. And if you were looking for a picture of a pedophile or a child molester, you'd use him as a poster child. He abused me right away, and he abused me for years. And he was caught. He was caught by his wife, actually, at one time. And see, I don't have a lot of memories, but one of the first things that he did was took a chicken hen, and twisted the head off of the hen. And he, the chicken ran around with its head cut off, and he took the head and stuck it in my face and shook it in my face and laughed. Just an evil, wicked laugh. He didn't have to say anything after that. I mean, for goodness sakes, I remember I was traumatized and hysterical. So, the abuse, the one time that he was caught, his wife, Cora Green was her name. She was an older woman, and she took in babysitting, she took in ironing, she did everything that she could, to make money. They had 3 daughters, and I'm sure that they were molested. And so there were 4 children from my family, and then there were 2 from another family. They were my friends, 2 young female girls, ages 4 and 2, the same as my sister and I, give or take a few months. And anyway, so what he did to me, though, I can't say what he did to everybody else. The others don't talk. I've heard a couple of things, but that's all. And that's their story to tell, not me to tell for them. But the one time that he got caught, his wife had gone to the store and for some reason needed to come back to the house. And when she did, he had locked me in the bathroom with him. And I'm pretty sure this was probably the first time that he did this to me. But I know I was, like screaming, and he was trying to make me do oral sex. And I was only, like not quite 5 years old. And I had really long hair down to my waist. And I remember he took my hair and wrapped my hair in his hand and showed no mercy whatsoever. And a child molester could kill a child molesting them very easily because the adrenaline is there, the lust is there, the opportunity could be gone. You never know how much time they have. They could freaking kill a kid, and how I didn't get killed, I don't know. But I was screaming and fighting, and she heard it, and she came to the bathroom door. It was locked, and it was an old house. And I remember her beating on the door, "Melvin, let me in, Melvin, let me in," and I was, of course, freaking out. Well, he did have to pull himself together and go open the door. And she rescued me and pulled me out of there and, basically scolded him for what she knew he had done. And I don't really remember what happened after that, but, it was kind of like one of those things because, yep, he was prolific. And he had a garage that was in the back of the house, and he said that he was a fisherman, and so he took a lot of opportunity to go out into the garage and make fishing lures and different things like that. And for some reason, I don't remember him ever bringing a dadgum fish home. I don't think he ever did go fishing. I'd be afraid to think of what he did do when he went anywhere, but he would do things with stink bait and never go fishing with it. What for? Because he was just a nasty old man like that. And when he did the thing with the chicken head, I know that he did it another time too, because I remember he took a dadgum hatchet. There was like a log out in the back, and he took the hatchet to the chicken that time. And I've said on my social media posts and everything, people talk about grooming and, how children are groomed and how a child molester or a pedophile grooms and, does these different things. And they do that. They will go to great extents to groom a child. Well, that was not my experience. There was no dadgum grooming in my experience. It was, chopped off chicken head in your face, gag you with my penis. I could freaking kill you and not give a damn. And I do remember that was one theme throughout my childhood, that he did not give a damn if he killed me. He wanted me to know that he didn't care if he killed me. And I think he really would like to have. Really sadistic and masochistic. But I always tell people that I have been fighting child molesters ever since that began with me. And I really do feel like that's true, because even when I was that young, I fought. And I also tell people that one of the things that a child molester tries to do is make a child feel like they are nothing or less than nothing. And, again, with the same theme of, I don't care whether you live or die, and I'd really prefer killing you with my bare hands as I choked you on my penis or some other, wicked thing. And I will say that I know that I was never vaginally penetrated as a child, ever, by anyone. And so he didn't do that to me, but I did understand that he tried to penetrate a 2-year-old, or a 3-year-old, I would say. But he was not successful. But, okay, now where was I going? I lost my train of thought here for a second, which surprises me. I haven't done it already. But, no, I forget what I was going to say. So I'm going to just not worry about that. I forgot what I was going to say. This is just like the beginning of my childhood. Oh, I know what I was going to say, is that never did he ever, or anyone else after him, make me feel like I was nothing. Never. That is a big goal of theirs. They want you to feel like you're nothing, and they pull all kinds of stuff all the time to try and make you feel like you're nothing or expendable. Never. Never. I always stinking fought him. That's probably why I'm so dadgum beat up today at 60. I mean, I should be running around like a spring chicken. I've taken good care of myself, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. But anyway, so I'm going to call it good at this. I'm almost at 15 minutes. I haven't done too badly, and I do want to change the pictures because I don't want to make anyone crazy or think that I'm trying to condition anyone with the dadgum pictures. So this is the beginning of my testimony, and I'll go on to part 2. I'll regroup here and be back. And thanks for listening. I'll talk to you then. This is Catherine Grace. Talk to you then.